me clearly. America is not a racist country.
A lot of Kansas City residents are speaking up about how racist this area that Ralph Yarl was in. And a lot of them say they avoid this area at all costs. So it's interesting how much has come out since this shooting happened. Northern Kansas City, where Ralph Yarl was shot, has a problem with race, some residents say. Black Kansas City residents say they avoid the area north of the Missouri River to stay safe. Wow. There's a lot of places like this in America, unfortunately. In the days after a white man shot a black teenager who rang the wrong doorbell in Kansas City, Missouri, people are coming forward and talking about how the culture of racism is very bad in the large area north of the Missouri River, encompassing counties, cities, and towns. I have known for a long time that once I cross the river north, I should expect a change in the way I am treated because of the color of my skin. This is what residents are saying. Mm, mm, mm. So, a letter came just 4 days after Ralph Yarl, 16, was shot in Clayton County, Nassau neighborhood after mistaking one home for another nearby. Andrew Lester, 84, was charged Monday with first degree assault and armed criminal action. He pled not guilty on Wednesday. Mm-mm-mm. The shooting, which Clay County prosecuting attorney Zachary Thompson said had a racial component that has sparked conversations about Northland reputation. To Black Kansas City residents, the Northland is largely made up of conservative, predominantly white neighborhoods that many say they're long learned to be wary of. Residents say there is an unspoken rule among Black and Latino people that many of the neighborhoods are dangerous and off limits to people of color. This is why I never allow these folks to tell me we're all treated the same. The ones that will sit in your face and tell you that, they know damn well they're lying to you. They know they're lying when they're sitting there saying that crap. Unfortunately, white leaders are not accepting that there's a problem and said instead they sidestep the real issue, that there's an undercurrent of racism, if not prejudice, exploding. Yarls was trying to pick up his siblings at around 9:45 p.m. on April 13th when he mistook Northeast 115th Street for one block over where he should have gone, which was Northeast 115th Terrace, police said. He rang the doorbell and the owner shot Yarls in the head. That is so that is so evil. And arm. Jarl ran away and ultimately a neighbor helped him, but he had to go to several houses before someone just in that area would just help him. And it just goes to show you it was way beyond Andrew Lester. It was the neighbors around him that would not even help him. And the one neighbor that opened the door made him put his hands up and get down on the ground, and he ultimately passed out, treating him like he's a criminal instead of, where's the damn humanity in you, where you see someone bleeding and you're doing all this little extra stuff instead of getting an ambulance. It just goes to show not only Andrew Lester, but all the neighbors around him were a bunch of racists too. So one neighbor finally, I guess with some damn humanity, helped him. Unbelievable. So this was another neighbor. I mean, this is just crazy. So earlier this week, one of Lester's grandchildren said Lester had become consumed with watching conservative news outlets and following conspiracy theories built on misinformation. Clay County, where the shooting occurred, is 79.2% white, according to census data. Black people make up 7.7% of the county's population. The surrounding counties have similar demographics, with Jackson having the largest Black population of Clayton bordering counties, according to census data. Mm-mm-mm. So there was a Black woman, 31 years old, that said she lived in the area most of her life and is aware of the arbitrary racist lines in the Northland. There's absolutely racial hostility up there. She said, adding that she lives just under 20 minutes from Nassau, where Yarls was shot. Alexis used only her first name for fear of retaliation from her neighbors and other Northland residents. She said she often feels uncomfortable when walking through Northland towns with conservative flags and stickers and posters praising Donald Trump on display. And yeah, I read that Andrew Lester is a Trump supporter. Okay, so I've even worked in Northland and it's Trump country, she said. They're not shy about their racism. I get looks when I go into stores. I had to leave a job in Northland because of racism. Around 51% of Clay County voters cast ballots for Trump in both 2016 and 2020, according to the County Board of Elections commissioners. Kansas City has seen such dividing lines for decades. It's no different than any other state. Just below the Northland Troost Avenue, which runs north and south through the heart of Kansas City, has become a boundary, highlighting economic and social disparities in the city. Neighborhoods east of Troost are black. Neighborhoods west of Troost are white. On the East, Black residents have experienced numerous disparities from low household incomes to lower life expectancies than the residents to the West. This is according to the University of Missouri, Kansas City, Professor Brent Never said in 2018. Scholars trace this back to the early 20th century, where racial segregation and racist housing practices were introduced in the city. See that? That's why I'm telling you, the next time one of these folks get on a soapbox telling you we're all the same, we're just complaining, this is what you can tell them. If we're all the same, who made these segregation policies? It sure wasn't us. And these policies were practiced all over the country. If they weren't practiced, you wouldn't have something out here all over this land called sundown towns. And don't come over here. I had one person come over here trying to act like they didn't know what that was. And they were in their 40s. I blocked that person. Nobody is that stupid, especially if you're in that group where these sundown towns were formed and you're part of that group. Don't come over here trying to insult our intelligence, telling us you don't know what that is. No, you're just looking for a back and forth. That's why I got rid of your butt. So, anyway, as for the Northland, Black people have learned through experience and words of warning that venturing north of the city's diverse core could be dangerous. Cecilia Robinson, a historian and professor at William Jewell College, has spent decades studying history of Black communities in the Northland. According to her research, the slave populations of counties in the Northland accounted for a large portion of their total population in the 1800s. Yeah. There were places where the slaves outnumbered the slave owners. That's why you have places like Jackson, Mississippi. It's not like that for no reason. Whenever you see places in the South and the Black population outnumbers all other demographics, that is a place where the slaves outnumbered the slave owners. And it's still like that to this very day. So the Northland counties were leaders in hemp and tobacco production as a result of slave labor. So, y'all, it just goes to show you no matter how far we have come as far as the date is concerned, the attitudes of the past have never gone anywhere. So, as long as that doesn't change and you never made an effort, which this country has not, to make things more balanced, then there's no need in you coming in somebody's face talking about pull yourself up by the bootstraps. Are you kidding me? I mean, even this article talk about the racist policies that were put in place. And you gonna come in somebody's face and say some crap like that? Man, please go somewhere and sat your ass down. So, anyway, y'all, please tell me what you think about this video. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. And if you are from Kansas City and you're a subscriber and you're familiar with this Northland area, please drop us some knowledge in the comment section. Peace, family.